Accountant Crab. Hey everyone, it's the Video Game Junkies. This is Evan Uno.
It's Cool Hand Cthulhu.
and it's me.
We're back. It's been a fucking hiatus and a half.
I've been away for a while, but I'm back to kick some butt in Wild
Yeah, you
Canyon.
want to tell them why you've been away, you fucking traitor?
I went to this nice little town.
What was that? You went to what? You went to another podcast?
Yeah, I went to this nice little town. It's called The Others, working name. Go check it out. I'm plugging my other podcast in this podcast, and 4D Chess.
You know what? I got a little message real quick while we're here.
I do not endorse this message, by the way.
I do not endorse this.
Neither do I.
Listen here, you motherfuckers. I would just like to have a sit down. I would like to even have a relationship with you. I'm just kidding.
Get the hell off me.
Alright, but seriousness, I would like to have a sit down with you guys, and maybe we can have a little heart-to-heart communication. Maybe we can get something to get together. Maybe do a podcast with the both of us. I think that'd be really cool. I hear you guys really took off on yours, and I think it'd be really cool. I know we haven't really posted anything like specifically the Junkies in a while.
Yeah.
But we've had some pretty tight scheduling. We had some pretty big life events happen. So we apologize for the missed content of not really having much. But there wasn't really a whole lot of video game news. But there was one thing that did just happen recently. And that was a Nintendo Direct, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right, gentlemen?
You're right.
Agreed.
And on top of that, some other game announcements. And we'll get there.
Link's Awakening remake is too expensive.
We'll get there.
All right. So, with that being said, I think we should just get right to the elephant in the room, which is the Link's Awakening. So, as we said, Link's Awakening did get announced again, and we now have we've had a solidified date pretty much, but they told us more. And one of the things that really stands out, and I think that Logan will agree with me, is the dungeon making.
Yeah, the dungeon maker is the only. I mean, I love Link's Awakening, and like, don't get me wrong, it'd be great to play the game again, but like, I can just get it on the Game Boy.
I think it's Game Boy, original Game Boy, right?
Game Boy and Game Boy Color,
yeah.
3DS eShop.
So there's no. It looks fine. I'd rather just, I can just go back and play it on the Game Boy. The Dungeon Maker is the only thing that's having my interest at all, to be fair, and in my opinion is way too expensive for how short of a game Link's Awakening is. The only thing that, again, is possibly even considering my interest in the Dungeon Maker, which looks cool as crap, and I want it.
The fact that you could share stuff online, too.
Yes,
that is a big deal. Levels is kind of big, too, because you've said this before, you've been wanting, like, a dungeon building Link thing for a while.
I mean, Mario Maker was such a cool idea, and I love Mario Maker and Mario Maker 2 a lot. So, like, I just wanted them to make the next step and make Zelda Maker. But, that's just obviously more complicated, and they might be testing the waters with this. I don't know.
I can see that.
I could definitely see that as well.
But I want it mainly for that. But other than that, I think Link's Awakening on its own, even with the Dungeon Maker, is a little too steep price-wise. I'd rather, because especially considering like how much content is in the original Link's Awakening. Again, I don't know how much they're adding to this. It seems to be somewhat more, but again, Link's Awakening is not a very long game from what I recall.
So, real quick, too, while we're here, we're not going to cover everything that Direct has. We're not going to make this a super long video. I apologize for this. But we are going to cover the big things that were announced, like Link's Awakening. And also, let's touch another thing. Luigi's Mansion 3 is looking phenomenal.
Yeah,
actually, I was going to say, it's really been piquing my interest. And after Dark Moon, and I was kind of like disappointed in Dark Moon, I'm very excited. I am very excited for
Halloween stream, boys?
You know what? I'm down.
Luigi's Mansion 3 actually looks like a Luigi's Mansion game.
Which, I'm happy about. Because I did not like Dark Moon, or whatever they called it.
Dark Moon, I believe.
I did not like that. I didn't like the whole idea where we're going from different house to different house. Like, it should be one place, it's full of creepies, I would
have liked Dark Moon's idea if it was, like, a side gameplay mode to, like, the main...
If it wasn't mission-based?
More like, I wouldn't mind the mission-based stuff being, like, its own gameplay mode. Yeah. And then, like, the full-on exploratory house mansion of the original Luigi's Mansion, like being the main campaign.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that they are adding
But-
like multiplayer capabilities with like 4-player and like the scare part.
Oh boy!
But hey, you know what? That's not a bad thing.
no, it's not.
It could be good. It can be
No,
good.
it's all right.
It looked good. To
I
me,
just
at
want to know where
least.
they're going with this Gooigi thing. Because
Dude.
what if Gooigi's like the next Pink Gold Peach? Like he'll just start appearing in Mario Kart.
He probably will.
He probably will.
Ugh,
I mean, I would play
disgusting.
Luigi, to be honest with you. Like, if I'm being honest, I would.
The man tastes like coffee.
Well, what's
Okay.
wrong with that? Luigi needs a little pick-me-up every
But,
now and then.
From what I'm seeing, the levels look cool and interesting and fresh.
They do look fresh. They do look really fresh.
I just hope that
I like how all of them are themed,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Did you notice
Yeah,
that?
I did.
They said every floor was themed.
I just
And I was
I really hope they can nail the landing on this because it looks great. I want it.
Yeah.
It does look good. I'm trying to think what else. Daemon X Machina. That is actually surprising.
It looks cool.
It does
Yeah,
look
it
cool.
does.
That's the end of my conversation. Looks neat.
I'm a big fan of like the mech games. I've always liked them. So like Zone of the Enders, Mech Assault.
I keep forgetting that
So-
it comes out in 3 days.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
comes out very soon.
Yeah, it does look good. I did play the little demo that they offered. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty fun.
So, have you either played the original Deadly Premonition?
No.
I have not, but I want to.
Because with the second one being announced, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not like the first one
Really?
because it's like 45 minutes of actual driving
Oh.
in nothingness, and then you shoot a couple of weird things. But the story was cool.
It's like Parasite Eve. It's like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I know we're gonna get a lot of flack
But,
for that Parasite Eve thing, but whatever.
But Deadly Premonition,
It was crazy to
I'm
hear
excited.
that, though.
I'm excited. Yeah, it was very surprising out of nowhere's announcement.
Yeah.
But good for the people like Deadly Premonition, I guess. I can't.
Yeah, I mean,
I
hey,
can't
you
act
guys
it.
got a second game. That's more than I can say for Jet Set Radio on the third game. But, hey, you never know. And then Mario and Sonic at the 2020
Olympic Games.
Me and Evan both said we're probably going to pick that up day one.
I like that.
It looks good.
The only thing that bugs me, and I can understand kind of why they did it, is that whenever you go into like the retro mode and stuff, they're using the 16-bit Sonic 1-ish sprites, but then they're using like the 8-bit Super Mario Brothers 1 sprites, and I think it clashes too much. They could have done like Game Boy Advance sprites or like Super Nintendo, like Super Mario World sprites to kind of go along.
They could have, but then the story, I guess, mode that they have made up probably wouldn't make sense then. Because I don't know how they're planning on doing that. Because the story mode does sound interesting.
Yeah.
But I kind of just want to see how everything goes and whatnot. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to remember.
boy, Pokemon.
You can talk about.
Well, let's talk
we
about
can
the
talk
other
about
thing.
Game Freak in
In
general.
general. So, Game Freak announced more Pokemon news as you guys know.
Oh boy, I can't wait
To make
to
curry.
play it.
Oh, God.
Can I just say something real quickly? And I know this is going to be a completely me thing, but I feel like whenever they're giving out new information, they talk about it really slowly. Like they like to drag out the information with
Because
long pauses.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And here's another thing too. Since we're on the topic of Game Freak, Town was announced.
Or whatever the title was.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. It was something
Because
Town.
Town was its development name.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great podcast.
Shut up, Evan.
This is funny.
it was
It looks fun
Yeah.
But here's my thing. Why did that game
no.
look 10 times better than Pokemon?
because it's their A team.
Yeah.
And that, you know
I
what?
think that it's just they care more about it. Like, they might be getting burnt out on Pokemon a bit.
And I was watching, I was telling you guys this earlier, I was watching literally the Twitch chat, and the first thing that I read as soon as that game got announced is, so that's why Pokemon's bad.
Yeah.
That's literally the first thing I read.
To be fair, I think this is a good thing. In some ways, it's to me, it depends. I'm glad Game Freak is trying new things and not just doing Pokemon for the 100th time.
Right.
And I'm glad, in a way, in some ways, that Pokemon is not faring too well this time, so
Yeah.
they can kind of learn that separate these games a little bit and not have one every year.
This is like the biggest outcry I've ever seen for Pokemon. I mean, within every installment, you'll have like a couple detractors being like, I'm not really digging this, but like, this is like the biggest sort of separation that I've ever seen from Pokemon.
Yeah.
And sure, like on both sides, some of the people are a little ridiculous, but that's with every sort of like community.
Yeah.
But it's like, earlier you said like you're wondering how these games are going to be reviewed and how they're going to sell.
Yeah, I was curious. I'm curious how these are going to sell and be reviewed. And right now I don't think as well as the previous ones, but I could be wrong on that, and because sometimes you think a game's not going to sell well and it sells great because people just buy whatever they want. But again, I'm still mixed. I don't really know.
I'm more interested to see how it sells because of the 50% price increase, because Pokemon
That's
games
true.
are no longer $40; they're going to be $60. So it makes me wonder if that's going to maybe impede some people or like deter them from buying the game.
We also remember this is not going on a handheld console. This is going on a mainstream console. So
I
which is
mean,
why the
that's
price
true,
increase is
but
happening.
depending on how you view it, you're also to many people they're taking away a major feature.
Yeah,
That's
So-
true as well.
Plus, the game just, to me, it still looks quite unpolished
Yeah.
from like a visual
And it's so
perspective.
weird. They have all that that trainer customization now.
Yeah.
And like
Do we really need all that?
I mean, I think it helps see, like, if you really want to make your own trainer and
also-
feel like you're part
yeah.
of the world.
I also feel like you should be able to transfer your trainer by now.
Yeah.
Over from at this point in the next game, I want to transfer my trainer over. I don't
Like,
want
are
to
we
remake
actually
them
talking like
again.
the looks of each trainer?
Yeah,
like the physical-
yeah,
okay.
I don't want them to. I don't
Like
want
if
to
we
remake
have
my trainer
saved
again.
data from an older game,
Yeah.
we should be able to bring that trainer over.
So it's like if you're a trainer from like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire from Hoenn, you want like
You would
Yeah.
have to connect your Nintendo's account, of course, but yeah.
Yeah.
It should be something like that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Super Nintendo Entertainment Online.
I was actually partially hyped about that, but the only complaint is a personal one again. No Donkey Kong Country at launch. Come on.
That's what I thought
Also,
was weird.
They are not doing monthly.
Yeah, that pissed me
they're
off.
not doing monthly releases anymore.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Wow.
So
They're
everybody,
taking their time now.
welcome to Evan's dance lesson. Do the Nintendo shuffle with me. 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
Ooh, my favorite dance.
And again, Nintendo has this weird
But you know
thing
what?
of like.
I'm okay if they do it like bi-monthly and then they give us like 10 games. That'd be cool.
Or at least
because there's
games
a
that-
bunch
We'll
of
see.
games.
They
that
didn't even say schedule. Just like
Here's
we'll
what-
release
here's-
them whenever.
Here's what
Yeah.
bothered me.
They don't
There
have.
were-
They don't
there
have
were-
a plan.
There were some games that were on that list that I think other games could have deserved a spot. And I think who really wants to play Brawl Brothers? Like
True.
Super Mario Legend of the Seven Stars could have went right there. Like there are so many games that could have went in those spots that really don't need it. Like really, do you expect anybody to really play that Stunt Racer FX? Like really?
I only know one guy who's hyped for that, and it's Andre from Game Explain.
Why, Andre? If you ever watch this, why? I just want to know an answer, man. That's all.
I don't like this idea of like Nintendo has such this incredible library of video games throughout their entire history.
But they select some ones that don't even need to be existing anymore.
and they like have the stingiest release windows or like reasons why they don't re-release certain games.
And even the reasons aren't even like good reasons. They're like, "Oh fuck you."
Yeah.
it's literally what it is. And but that was the thing. And then I'm trying to think. There's one, but I think we should save it for the.
No,
last.
there's two major ones that.
Well, though, I think this is the one I'm thinking of.
Oh, which one? The
No. The really feeling it.
okay. Well,
I know what he's
I
talking
mean, we
about.
Yeah.
because I'm trying to think besides the two that I'm thinking of that were at the end. Well, no, one was kind of. Well, no, there was three. There's three I'm thinking of.
Well, what's the
Well,
one?
there's-
I know the one that you want to mention because I also want to. Talk about it. And then there's the other one that I just told you.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
Well, because then there's AC.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
That's
well-
all you. That's all you.
All me.
All you,
Animal
'cause
Crossing.
I could care
I
less.
love Animal Crossing. I've played since Wild World. City Folk sucks.
Wow, you just offended a lot of people.
No, I didn't.
Really?
No, I didn't. It looks great. I thought they were going for a more business route, but I like the weird deserted island camp feel that this one's going for.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know how inside tents are going to be, and like when you have
Can you
to
make, like, a
sell
bigger
your
tent?
soul to Tom Nook for like what are you going to upgrade? I guess make your tent bigger.
Right, yeah.
Like it's not a house.
Right.
I
But
guess
maybe you
I
could
guess
build
make your
one.
tent bigger.
Maybe you could build that.
Maybe. It's Animal Crossing. You every season you do this. Every season there's certain things to collect, and then there's certain events that happen every like
days.
real time seasons and days. And I love how I love the obviously I love the customization of the individual
Yeah,
villagers.
That looked good.
I love how you can have 8 players online per village, or 4 local, was it? I think it was something like that.
Something
It's like 4 local, 8 online.
Yeah, there was a couple other things. There was a plane that I saw at first, and I was like, what the heck? Is that plane going to take you somewhere? Like Tortimer did in New Leaf?
What if it's
Yeah.
just like the introduction for it's like when you first start up the game, your file, it takes you to that island.
Yeah, maybe.
That could
I'm
be
not
cool.
sure. I want to know how Isabel's going to play because apparently she's going to be in the game.
Yeah.
You know, I just it's
All
it's
interesting.
Animal Crossing.
It's all
I love how you can bamboo stick over
Yeah.
rivers or what I can't remember the name of that, but
Fishing rod?
no, well, like the stick that you can like
Ah, okay.
not
Hunting.
plunge yourself over the side of the river.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I love how you can just. I don't remember being able to straight dig up trees in New Leaf, but I could be wrong. Again, the customization of like actually having to build an axe is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. It's Animal Crossing.
Right.
I love Animal Crossing. The Switch. I hope Animal Crossing New Horizons sells like it should because
Yeah.
it's going to be It's Animal Crossing. You know, I really hope. I want the drama from the first Animal Crossing. That like when people would get angry at each other.
Did you ever see the commercials for those?
No.
Oh, they're so good. After this, I have to show you the commercials
Okay.
to those because
'Cause-
if you mention drama in the very first Animal Crossing, well, technically the first Animal Crossing, you're gonna like these commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got rid of those in the later ones. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I miss when villagers didn't like each other very
Right,
much.
Yeah.
But
Not everyone was buddy buddy.
yeah, but Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It does.
It's Animal Crossing. Can't wait for it.
And then
Oh yeah, and then we're gonna talk about the brand new Smash Fighter. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Terry Bogard from King of Fighters, aka Fatal Fury, aka Karu, Mark of the Wolves.
So I'm a little, and I know this is a consistent, I guess, issue with certain Nintendo games and by extension Smash Brothers, but I understand why they have to legally do it. I don't like it whenever they it's a bit of a bummer whenever the Smash Brothers update is updated with like the new copyright stuff. And of course, like a few days before the Direct, SNK's copyright went up on the site. So it's sort of like, oh boy, an SNK character is going to be in it. It's probably going to be a Terry Bogard. And what do you know?
Sure enough,
it was Terry. It's just, I understand why for companies they legally have to put their like copyright information
Right.
after a certain period, but it's just sort of like, can't you just hide that for like a website's code or something? Because it's like, it makes these reveals so much more powerful if nobody knows who it is going in.
I feel like the reaction for Terry would have been so much better
Yeah.
if it wasn't already kind of like leaked as it was. Here was the thing though, when we found out that it was going to be an SNK character, we were already talking like, who the fuck's it going to be?
Yeah.
And I threw out a bunch of fucking names. I was like, you said Terry, I said the Metal Slug character. I think I also said a Samurai Shodown character. Like, I listed a whole bunch of IPs that like SNK had, and I was like, the possibility. Now, when they showed the trailer, what really got me...
To be fair, is a incredible love letter to SNK.
Oh my god, yeah. Nintendo, I know you probably won't ever watch this, but if you do, can you make more trailers like that, please? Because that was godlike. I cannot
No, like,
stress how well that
It was
trailer
so
was.
how every SNK character is just trying to grab the
Yep,
Smash
the
invitation.
Smash invitation.
That's so
But
good.
here's the thing, though. You knew it was going to be a King of Fighters character because the way that they dropped down that letter is the same way that the letter for the King of Fighters tournament letter drops down all the old games. That's exactly like I think it's 94. And 94's intro, it's literally the letter, and it's like twindling, and it's like the new King of Fighters tournament is coming, and it's like all the invitations to go to it.
There's also something I want to talk about that was a bit interesting when I was talking with another friend of ours. Logan knows him, of course. Luke knows him, but I'll keep him like private here, I guess,
Yeah.
in terms of name. But
I think I know who you're talking about.
so he said, when I was talking with him, I said I was surprised that Banjo-Kazooie came out right after the Direct.
Oh
like,
yeah.
September 4th.
Banjo-Kazooie came out.
And when he said to me that during the video presentation they did for Banjo and Kazooie, that they recorded that video like 2 days after the Hero presentation, like back in
That's
July or
literally what
August.
Sakurai
Oh, wow.
said
So
in the video.
he must have been like Banjo must have been 99% done by like early August.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. That makes us wonder. So they said that they were going to release Banjo in the fall. It's not fall yet.
Yeah,
So that makes us wonder: is Terry going to come out earlier than November?
maybe October.
I don't know. He maybe.
They
I still
already
think
have
November.
a little bit of clip
I
of
say
him.
mid-November.
They already have a stage and clips of him
I say
doing
mid-November.
moves.
I say mid-November.
I say
probably.
late October at the latest.
Because I know they said for the initial fighter pack, they're going to be rolling every character out until about February 2020. So, like, character 5 of the initial pack will be out probably by then.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think that afterward, like, all the additional fighters that they do, spoiler, we're getting more fighters.
Yeah.
They're just going to roll them out, like, whenever.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing too. Now that we're on this topic a little bit, here's another thing I have a problem with. So I've seen a lot of people been getting a little bit upset that Terry Bogard is actually getting added. Believe it or not. Here's my statement on that. Okay, so you literally have every company almost every company that's like major or has a major franchise to their name. And the one company that you don't have, which is Neo Geo, SNK kind of, that's like King of Fighters, Fatal Fury, and like Samurai Showdown, Metal Slug. Like, those are its games. Like, that's their big hits, right? So they get added. So why are people getting mad? It's Terry. It's Terry. Terry's a notable character. Terry's a good character. Like, I don't even play Terry in King of Fighters, but I like Terry enough to where I'm comfortable with him being added to the game.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
and also, it's not like, what are they going to do? We already have Geese in Tekken 7. They're not going to throw Geese in freaking Smash. I'm sorry. As much as I would love to see that, it's not going to happen.
Sakurai always picks the face of the game.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think Terry's the face of King of Fighters. I know they're crossing with Fatal Fury. Yeah, I will argue this with you.
I will argue
will
it back.
argue this.
Most people, if you know King of Fighters, knows Terry first.
We'll say
Either that
Terry,
or
but
Mai. It's one of the two of them.
They won't add Mai because she's
Well,
homosexual.
obviously, but it's everyone knows Terry's face. They'll always add the face first.
This also makes me wonder, could they put a dead or alive character in Smash?
I'm not sure.
Well, I feel like the over-sexualized thing is kind of invalidated because Bayonetta. I mean, they kind of toned her down, sure, but she's still in there. Like,
yeah, but at the same
that's just
time,
me, though.
Mai's tits literally hang out.
Zero
of her
Suit
shirt.
Samus.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
Oh god, this is funny.
But like, honestly, like, and I said this before, I would have felt comfortable if they put like Iori or Kyo in there. They're like, don't get me wrong, it's not Terry and it's not Rock Howard. If they put Rock instead, oh my god, I would have creamed my pants. But that's a whole different story. The point is I don't think people should be getting upset that it's Terry. I think people should be happy that it's Terry.
Yeah.
Because can you imagine if they put like Benny Morrow or somebody, you know what I mean, like a no name that nobody knows? That's what I'm saying. Like, people get upset.
Yeah.
And it's like, come on, man. Like, it could be worse. And here's the other thing too.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was a crossover with Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
But if you looked at the stage, it's a giant King of Fighters stage. So, is it really cross King of Fighters, or is it really cross Fatal Fury?
Yes.
No.
That's
And
probably just SNK in general.
Also,
Yeah.
I think an alternate outfit for him that would be really cool is that they did his, like, no hat. He has, like, a jacket on that's not the star, and he's got the long hair, like, straight down. I think that'd be really cool if they did an alternate outfit for him.
Also, I want to play a fun little game, if that's okay.
Okay.
At least okay, trust me on this.
I don't
So-
trust you.
You laughed at this. So, seeing all the characters that have been revealed for the DLC so far, seeing as how they've all been third-party characters, or at least like not Nintendo native-esque characters, at least for the final character from the DLC pack, who do you think it's going to be? Like, absolutely.
The final one?
Yeah, for at least the pack.
As much as I would like to say who I want it to be, I know it's not going to be.
Who do you want?
You want me to deadass say it?
Yes.
I really want fucking Doom Guy, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Here's what I'm going to say. I have zero input of who will the fifth fighter be. I'd rather just ride the wave and see who it is.
I understand that.
That's just personally me. Like, at this point, I have the characters I want. Like,
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I mean, that's pretty
Well,
much
except
me,
for
too.
that one, the one that I'm thinking of. But, like, I have Mega Man. Like, I'm good.
I understand that.
Well, actually, if we're being honest, there is one more character I would like, but the possibility of it actually happening is very little, and it's a Tekken character. I would love a Tekken character in Smash.
Yeah.
I mean, you put Street Fighter, you have King of Fighters, you're literally missing Tekken now.
Yeah.
So I feel like if they put a Tekken character in there, all the Japanese players are instantly going to jump on that.
Yeah.
Instantly. Like, or no, not necessarily Japanese players, but the Korean players in particular who have wanted to try Smash but really haven't found a reason are going to have a reason.
Yeah.
And that's just, and this is another thing too. I read this, but I don't think this is a joke. I think this was actually legit. A dude literally made a tweet after Terry got announced and said, you know, you have a guy from Mexico, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, King of Fighters is very big in Mexico. Like,
it's big in Latin America.
It's big in, yeah, well, pretty much any part that's, like, you know, Latin American territory. And it's, like, their number one fighting game. So the guy tweeted out, he's like, you know, the best guy who plays Smash is from Mexico, and you just gave him access to a King of Fighters character. And they were like, Nintendo, do you realize what you've done?
Yeah.
And I know the guy was joking, but if you think about it, if this guy has ever touched a King of Fighters game and, like, kind of took it seriously or even tried training mode for 20 to 30 minutes,
It's all over.
it's done. It's done. there is not going to be a guy out there who will stop MK Leo if he touches Terry.
It also depends how good
Terry is too.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Because Joker right now,
Well,
Joker and a couple other characters.
Joker and Hero are the top 2 DLC right now. I think. While we're talking about this, Banjo's okay. Banjo's not a terrible character. I was expecting a lot worse, to be honest.
Can I be honest?
Fine.
And it's just me. Again, this is a totally me thing. I like Banjo-Kazooie not only because out of the 3 current main DLC characters, he's my favorite, but I also feel like he doesn't really have this big OP sense to him. And I know it's sort of like...
That's what I said, too.
Because when
I was
Joker
like-
gets Arsene, he loses like most of his weakness, like his weak points.
Yep.
And then Hero is sort of like it's kind of a luck roulette thing, I
But
guess.
even then, the luck seems to always be on your side anyways.
No, it depends.
Yeah, it depends.
Sometimes you can get really bad luck.
And I know that's
Hero.
me just kind of whining about it, but it's just sort of like, it's nice to see a character that doesn't really have an element that you could see as being OP. The closest thing is the Wonder Wing.
That and on top
Yeah,
of that,
it's really strong.
Is that the side B?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And even
that
though-
and the down B is pretty. It's also being a throwable item which you can use as setups. That's
Yeah.
It's almost like a link bomb type thing.
Yeah.
But back on the topic of the final character for...
I have a feeling I know who you're gonna say.
well, you guys know who I'm going to say, but there's another person who I think is a bit more likely. So,
Is it Crash? One of them.
yes, but there will always be a part of me that holds hope for Sora. Because I know that people are like, oh, with Disney in control, it's not going to happen. Because first and foremost, Sora's technically a Disney
You
character.
want me to be honest with you, dude?
What?
I think it will happen. I don't know if it will be Sora, but I think a Kingdom Hearts or Disney character will make it somehow, some way.
Well,
Now,
for-
I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I think that. Since Kingdom Hearts 3 has came out, the popularity has spiked again for
Yeah.
that game. And on top of that, the sales were pretty great.
Yeah.
There wasn't a bad review about Kingdom Hearts 3.
At least,
and
like, one that's-
Sakurai knows that Kingdom Hearts 3 exists. Like, I don't think he's, blind to that. So, I'm not saying it'll be Sora. Do I think Riku or Mickey can make it? Maybe.
No way in heck is going to be Mickey. No,
no.
way.
I don't even... like.
Disney will not even let it come close.
They
Like,
won't
not
even humor the idea.
Yeah.
Really?
So, probably not, no.
but you think they'll let Sora go?
The thing is, Sora is, well, of course, the face of Kingdom Hearts. And they wouldn't choose somebody like, even though he's the sort of secondary main hero, they probably wouldn't choose Riku or even like Kairi or Roxas or Aqua.
Riku could probably be a good assist trophy.
Assist trophy, and then maybe Roxas as an Echo Fighter, if we were going that far. But I think, like you said, Sakurai for a lot of these franchises chooses the face of the franchise. And there's no better face for Kingdom Hearts than Sora. Plus just the recognizability for him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, in terms of like my personal holding out hope for and who I ever fluctuate on thinking is likely, Sora is my big one. But I think in terms of something that people have been more speculating, I would just say Crash Bandicoot because of his resurgence in popularity the past few years. I love Crash, and I just feel like I'm kind of surprised they haven't done it yet, to be honest. Like either
Because he's a Western IP.
well, we have a couple other Western characters.
All Nintendo owned.
Banjo-Kazooie.
They were owned by Nintendo.
They were
technically.
originally
True,
owned by Nintendo.
yeah.
But you know what? Another thing too, since we're talking about, I like how Sakurai was like very like happy. If you looked at Sakurai during like his little talk about it, he looked very happy about Banjo making
Yeah,
it.
and
He looked like
he was,
relatively like happy.
That was the most
Alive.
upbeat he was. Yeah,
Yeah.
alive he was in a.
And like
Direct.
yeah, and another two, he was like happy. He was laughing. He was making jokes.
Yeah.
Like it was good. And then the best part about it was he even told people like it's a good game. Go play it, even
Yeah.
though it's on Xbox. Go play it.
Yeah.
Well, he like really went out of his way, and like he didn't have to do all that. He just said, we made this game originally on blank system, but
Yeah.
he was like, you guys want to go play it? It's on Xbox.
I
Like,
think... Yeah.
I was just so surprised that he did all that. I legit was sitting on my bed watching it. I was like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that Ultimate, I'm just going to say a quick thing here. I think Ultimate is a really special game for Sakurai because I can tell that a couple of the newcomers that are in this game, like not even just DLC, but base newcomers, are characters that he and by extension fans have wanted to see in Smash Brothers for a long time. Like I know a lot of Smash for Wii U's newcomers were sort of like mixed in some areas, but a lot of the Ultimate ones have kind of sort of been met with unanimous praise and joy because of one like King K. Rool or Ridley or even something like the Inkling or Banjo-Kazooie. And like these are, you may have a couple outliers, like people who are still upset that Waluigi or Ashley from WarioWare aren't in, but a lot of it is just, I think it's some of the best reception for newcomers that I've seen in Smash Brothers in a long time.
Well, I agree with it, Sakurai. It's probably a special game for him, mainly because how many franchises he's able to get and smack them all into one game. I think that's just the main reason why he's just so elated with all the different games he loves and played.
Yeah.
He's able to customize them personally for his fighter
I think
that
the
he's created
stage,
himself.
the way he did the stage was really good. How he can actually make it spiral.
It's very clear that he loves all of these franchises very much.
Yeah.
It just shows all the work and the love that he puts in all of them. And, it's very unfortunate that I really don't think Ultimate is... In a funny way, Ultimate is his best work fighter-wise, and it's also not his best work game-wise, or Smash Bros. Game-wise.
It's
in
so
my
weird.
opinion. Or in a lot of people's opinions, actually. Ultimate
It's so weird for me because if they fix like a couple of little problems, I would happily be playing Smash Brothers like Ultimate every day.
I think the lag issue would be...
The buffer
funny.
is my biggest issue.
My biggest issues with Ultimate are not like the fighters itself,
Right.
or not even with
the characters aren't
like
badly,
the feel.
OP.
It's just the buffer of the
Yeah.
of the movement, and like I just don't have enough modes.
Right.
I don't have enough modes.
Even if they have added things like Stage Builder and Home Run Contest, it's just like...
I was very happy they added.
Oh, I was
Home
so
Run
happy when
Contest
I saw Home Run
was my
Contest
favorite.
come
Yeah.
back.
But he said that's the last mode, and I was like, really?
Well, I mean, that might not be true considering that Fighter Pack 2...
Well, it's Fighter Pack 2. We'll see. I'm still not entirely sure he's going to make more modes.
Right.
We'll
But
see.
I would really appreciate Target Test.
Smash? I was
Yes.
going to say Target Smash needs to come back.
Because, especially considering how they did it in Melee with how every...
But do you think that they're going to do it with this many characters?
I would hope.
Dude, can
That
you
would be
imagine what
one hell
everybody's
of a-
like little tricky thing would be?
Yeah.
Like Ken would have to do like
No, but-
a combo into Shoryuken to get
There
to
was
a
just
platform or something
it's
like that.
this game's a weird thing for me, but
Right.
again, it's very clear that this is a very special game to him, so I can't complain.
Right.
And then, so then that brings us kind of to the final topic.
Which I was kind of... Okay.
Are you talking about Xenoblade?
Yes.
Can I just say that even though I'm very excited for it... I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Even though I'm very excited for it because I love Xenoblade, I thought it was a really strange note to end the Direct on. Like a sort of definitive version of a pre-existing
Here's
game.
what I'm going to tell you, Ev, what they have to reveal in the end.
Don't worry what that was.
Ignore that.
What?
Because I don't think they really had anything to reveal.
That's
to
a good
have at the
point.
end.
Yeah.
I mean, because what they usually like to do with Nintendo is have that big game that everyone knows about before the ending,
Yeah.
and then have that like whoa, like no one saw that coming at the end.
Yeah.
And then like they had Breath of the Wild 2 for
E3.
E3. They didn't really like. I guess they could have done Terry, but I would have made more sense if Terry had a full gameplay video.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense, and they didn't have anything to show. I don't.
They
think,
did
for the
show
final.
the clips, but even the clips didn't really justify
But it was
for
it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Xenoblade Definitive Edition was like the whoa, like
Yeah,
really.
that I was really
And-
surprised.
By the way, that it looks so much better than the
yeah.
Wii version.
Oh, yeah.
by
okay,
so far.
I've actually never played this
The
game
complete
before.
different direction and art style
Mm-hmm.
is so good. Like I'm very, very happy.
I will easily buy that for full
Yeah,
price.
that is a immediate buy for me.
Absolutely.
Really?
I
For
really
both
want
of you.
Xenoblade
Yes.
Chronicles
Okay, so
1.
you guys are gonna need to tell me like how well this game is, like on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 is like a
Xenoblade
must
Chronicles
play.
1 is very good.
Like it's a must.
Like, and I'm very. What makes me even happier is
that
it's
it came from
getting
the West.
off the Wii.
Yeah.
It is getting off the Wii.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So Wii like makes
Get it out of here.
The Wii really makes it that bad.
It's just most games I feel can be better not on the Wii.
I remember seeing the announcement, and there's a certain friend of mine that popped in my head. And I knew at home he was shitting bricks, dude.
Yeah.
'Cause
I was very
he's
happy.
a Shulk main in Smash. He talked about Xenogear or Xenoblade Chronicles forever.
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is a very fun RPG.
Yeah.
And then when two got announced, he was shitting bricks.
Yeah. Like, I'm
Like,
very
he
excited.
loves. I think that's probably his favorite franchise of all time.
I'm so because the art direction looks. I can't express to you how much better
Oh,
the
yeah.
art direction looks.
This honestly, even though it's more like just sort of a remaster-ish kind of thing, it feels kind of like a remake without just
Yeah.
the faces. Oh
Yeah.
God!
Yeah, dude, I was like, is this
Everything looks so different
didn't know
and
if it was
so
a
much
new
more
game.
color.
I didn't know if it was a new game because I didn't know about the one being on Wii, but when I saw the definitive edition, I was like, oh.
Like, oh my god. I really hope, I want to see if they add any content. Like, I am very excited for Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition.
And like, I feel like it's a long enough game to still justify the $60 price point.
Yeah,
easily.
it's a really long game.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. I don't know how many hours, but it's pretty dang long.
I knew a guy who clocked in like 80 hours on the main story.
Just the one.
Yeah, just like the regular story.
I love that game a lot. From what I've played, and what I had to suffer through the Wii.
I've been playing with
Like,
the classic
I don't
controller.
even think there's any wiggle, or like there's any
like
motion controls.
Yeah,
And it's just like,
just the way the buttons are
just
mapped.
the way, I just don't, the Wii, man.
Yeah,
I'm very, like, I'm going to be able to hold somewhat of a classic controller in my hand.
right.
Without having to go buy a classic controller.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it looks great. I want it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Like I said, I've never played
Like-
it, but I mean, I know a lot of great things about
Like,
it.
that game was given such an injustice on the Wii and the 3DS. It is, like, I'm very glad they're giving that game, like,
I'm
all
so
the
super-
love and another chance.
I'm still super grateful it came to the West in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard a lot of
It's
people
very good.
were very happy that it came to the West.
Is that about it, fellas?
I'm trying to think if there's anything else before.
Um,
I know I should have pulled up a list, but I didn't. We kind of did it spontaneously, if you can tell.
I think we talked about the main big topics.
Yeah, I think the
Because I
big
don't
topics
think
are
there's,
done.
I'm really trying to think if like, there's anything else I'm forgetting.
Not at
Oh,
this
yeah.
point, what?
Astral Chain, a.k.a. JoJo Bizarre Adventure on Switch. You know.
It's not, I guess. I haven't played it yet.
I see.
But-
It
I haven't played
literally
it either.
reminds me of so much of JoJo's Bizarre. It's insane.
Oh, yeah?
Because like the way they use their things, it's almost like stands.
Okay.
So I get
We'll
JoJo
see.
vibes from it, but we'll see. Other than that, I think that pretty much wraps up all of us.
Yeah.
Again, we apologize for being away for so long with, Evan betraying us and all this crap. I'm just kidding. And Town, don't take any offense to this joke. I'm just playing with you. I don't care what you guys do. But seriously, let me know if you guys want to get that little get-together. We'll make it happen. We'll figure out a date. But, we apologize for being away for so long. I had some stuff going on. I know Logan had some stuff going on. Evan, is working constantly. So it's been like I said, we've had eventful stuff going on. We apologize, but we're back. We are back. So hopefully, the next time we talk, I have a certain topic I kind of want to throw out in the air, and I haven't really said anything to you guys
Yeah.
yet.
Well, next time, so it's a bit more of a surprise.
What if we did? Well, I'm gonna throw the topic here.
Okay.
But then we'll talk about it outside of here.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Music in video games and why it is so important to set the tone.
I mean, we can if you want. Sure.
I already have like 5 games in my head that the music literally makes the game.
Sure. We can.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But that will be next time.
Alright, so
Ooh.
from everybody at the Video Game Junkies, this is Luke.
Evan.
That's Evan.
Hello.
And that's Logan.
And goodbye.
Have a great night.